Okay, we're ready to go.
Okay.
At your leisure.
Okay. Let's see. All right, can everyone see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay. So the concept of my story is a pretty crazy one, and I'm gonna breeze through the slides in probably about, I don't know, 25 minutes or so, and then I'll leave it open for question and answer after if everyone's cool with that. So my presentation is called "Some Phone Calls and a Couple of Crazy Ideas Can Change Your Business." Where I'm from, I'm from Danville, California, a small town outside San Francisco. Went to school at the University of California at Davis, where I got a bachelor's in managerial economics, pretty much business. And then straight after school, I got hired by Major League Soccer to run their grassroots marketing, and I worked for them out of New York and ran their marketing all over the United States. And I wanted to go into sports right after school, and I figured this was the best option. A pretty cool job where I had the opportunity to travel all over the U.S. So I took the job with MLS, worked for them for about a year, and then got hired by JanSport, the backpack company, to run their collegiate marketing. So I moved back to San Francisco and worked for JanSport for 4 years, and kind of got my feet wet in the corporate world and learned a lot of different things while I was working at JanSport, and it was an awesome opportunity. You know, travel's a big part of my life. I've traveled nonstop pretty much since I graduated college about 6 years ago. And for Major League Soccer, you know, I traveled 16 weeks in a row, 80,000 miles. JanSport, I traveled over 220 days a year all over the world and the United States, promoting the brand and putting on different events and music festivals to get the word out about JanSport. And then I kind of caught the personal travel bug, and I've traveled over 500,000 miles by myself, all over the world. You know, my best place I've ever been, everyone always asks me, is Thailand. I love Thailand. Awesome country, and it's pretty cheap too, which is good if you're on a budget as well. So I had a crazy idea while I was traveling and while I was working for JanSport, and the crazy idea was to take inspiration from your food. That being said, I had a crazy idea to put speakers into Chinese takeout boxes. Myself and my business partner were in Thailand, and we were messing around with the Chinese takeout box, and we're like, Chinese takeout box, one of the best inventions ever, because when you want to use it, you can pop it up and you can put food in it. But when you don't want to use it, it can go completely flat. So it's very space sensitive, and it's just simple. You can fit 500 in a box, and they don't take up any space at all. So we had the idea to put speakers in a Chinese takeout box. We wanted to create some speakers that could come flat and fold together. That didn't take up a lot of room in your suitcase. At the time, we were both taking big, heavy speakers all around the country with us and around the world that you had to plug into the wall, or you had to put D-cell batteries inside. So we both said, you know what, there's got to be a better way. So that's kind of how we first came up with the idea for Origadio. Was from a Chinese takeout box.
Oh, Origadio.
Yeah, it'll make sense in a second. So the other crazy idea that we had was launch a startup in a terrible economy. So this was all in 2009. So we had some contacts at a factory in China, and from our old job at JanSport, my business partner and I, who I met at Major League Soccer and then hired him to work for me at JanSport, both had experience sourcing product overseas. So we went to a factory that we knew in China, and we kind of told them our idea about the Chinese takeout box. And it didn't really work that well. The Chinese takeout box, if you can imagine, isn't completely flat, so it keeps toppling over on side to side. So we went back to the Japanese art idea of origami. Everyone knows origami. So we created speakers that could fold and unfold a la origami, and the picture below is actually of our folding speakers that we created. It took a lot of trial and error to get it right, but we finally hit the nail on the head, and 6 months after we had the idea, we decided to launch our company.
Maybe he's talking about.
So now what? I took all of my savings, about $40,000, and my business partner and I didn't quit our full-time jobs at JanSport. We were doing this on the side. We were working at JanSport from 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, and then we'd both come home and work on this from 5 till 2 in the morning every night. We didn't want to leave our full-time job at JanSport because we didn't know how the company was going to do. So what we did was took all our savings and figured we had enough to make about 6,000 speakers and build a .com site. We spent 2 months studying and reading all about how to build, a .com site. We even bought that book, like building a website for dummies. So we used that, and we kind of figured out the best idea was to outsource our programming. So we found a programmer in Hong Kong that could help make our ideas a reality. And we started building the site and working on the design. It took a little longer than we wanted, but 2 months from when we started it, we were ready to launch our company. We had our website up. We had our product in the United States. We launched it finally August 15, 2009, with zero paid marketing behind it. To this date, we still have never spent a dime on advertising or marketing. All of our press is organic, and grassroots marketing and social media has really helped get this company to where it is today. So we had a lot of early struggles to get into retail and just to evolve as a business. If you look at this picture here on the left, it's myself and my business partner Mike. What we did was we hired one of our first employees. Here, static again. Okay, that's better. Can everyone still hear me? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good to go.
So we hired one of our old employees, Clara, to work for us, and she had the crazy idea of selling our speakers as promotional gifts to a lot of different corporate clients. She, at the time, was dating a Marine, and she told us, you know what, I'm going to try to sell our speakers as a gift to the Marines. So I told Clara, good luck, it's pretty impossible to sell anything to the government, let alone novelty speakers. So kind of thought nothing of it, and then about 6 weeks later, Clara called me while I was working at JanSport, and she's like, well, I got an order finally from the Marines. At this point, I had forgotten about it. So I asked her, Clara, how many speakers did the Marines decide to order? And lo and behold, she told me that the Marines placed an initial order with us for 50,000 speakers, which was kind of our big first shot at getting this thing off the ground. Speakers is a huge order. The Marines actually used them as high school recruiting gifts throughout the course of the 2009 school year. So that kind of helped us get some more cash in the bank and buy more product as well. Our first ever press pickup was in Billboard magazine. At the time before the Billboard magazine press hit, we were selling like 5 speakers a day, 10 speakers a day to friends and family on our website. And then when the Billboard publication came along, it helped us out a little more. We were selling like 15 speakers a day. And then our first ever retailer decided to call us, and they're called Local Motion. There are surf shops all throughout the islands of Hawaii. So that was our first ever retailer that picked up our product. And, they had 12 stores, so it was a big deal for us. Then we got a phone call October 30th, 2009, notifying us that we were in the running for notifying us that we were in the running for Time Magazine's 50 Best Inventions of 2009. So at first we didn't really think anything of it. We immediately went on Google and typed in 2008 Best Inventions of the Year, and the #1 invention that year was the iPhone. So we thought we didn't really stand a chance. We sent off our samples to Time Magazine, and they told us that they'd be in contact with us. And then about a week later, they called us and told us that we had made our speakers on the 50 Best Inventions of the Year list. at the time, I didn't really understand the magnitude of Time magazine. I never read it. You know, my parents read it, my grandparents read it, but I didn't really understand that it was the #1 most circulated magazine in the whole world. So I was living in San Francisco at the time. I had a habit of turning my phone off at night. For some reason, I left it on, and next morning my phone starts buzzing really early at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and I finally answer at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and you know, it's my cousin in Florida, and she's like, turn on the television, your speakers are on the Today Show. So I turn on the TV, and obviously I don't see anything because it's a 3-hour time delay, but I finally open up my computer and log on to the back end of our website, and I have about 25 missed calls from Mike, who was living in Chicago at the time, and I look at the back end of our website, and up to this point, the most speakers we had ever sold in one day on our website was about, I think, 20 pieces. At that point, 6 o'clock in the morning, San Francisco, California, we had already sold about 700 speakers on our website. So I had to fly to Florida that day for work, and by the time I got in Florida, at that point, at the end of the day, we sold almost 3,000 speakers on our website in one day. Great problem to have. High-class problem. You don't have any product, right? Because we only ordered 6,000 speakers to start with, and this is before Christmas. We were getting bombarded with phone calls and emails from stores and distributors all over the world that wanted to buy our product, and eventually we ran out of product 2 days later. We sold out 6,000 speakers in about 2 days, and really catapulted our business and helped us grow immensely. And it's probably the best phone call we've ever got today. After Time Magazine, the rest of 2009, we had to hire more people to meet the demand. More and more retailers started calling. The business grew internationally 10 times faster than it did in the United States, so we were getting calls from distributors all over the world, South Africa, Korea, Japan, Australia. And then the Consumer Electronics Show called us, which is CES. It's the world's biggest trade show. It's the Super Bowl of trade shows. It's all the new hottest gadgets and gizmos that come out each year, and that's where we had the idea. For our third idea, which we were working on at the time, was to take inspiration from your food and add a flower pot. So what we had the idea to do was launch our second product called the Rocket, which we had been working on during the time. We rushed it through production in order to launch it at the Consumer Electronics Show in 2009, and I will see if this works. Can everyone see me? Can everyone see and hear me?
Yep.
All right. So this device, the Rocket, so what it does, this part, whatever it sticks to, it turns anything into a speaker. So I'll show you. Let's see if you guys can hear me really quick. Let's see here. Find the appropriate song. All right, can everyone hear just like a little bit, right? But then when you go and stick it to something like a box, right?
1970, 1970,
So, did everyone hear that? Yeah.
Yep.
So it's not fake. It's not fake, obviously, but so what it does, it can turn anything into a speaker: garbage cans, microwaves, toaster ovens, file cabinets, lampshades, your desk drawer, and it's pretty cool. It's different. The technology's been around for over 60 years. We just figured out how to make the device portable and could stick to things. We realized cardboard works really well, so we end up taking it and sticking it to cardboard boxes. And to date, we've gone on to sell over 500,000 of those rockets this year alone. We've all in all sold over 1 million units of it. It's in stores like Bed Bath & Beyond and Costco and Target, and it's done very, very, very well for us. So let's see here. So then we started getting some better ideas. We had a better idea. Number one was make a viral video in your mom's kitchen to promote the previously mentioned product, which is the rocket. The viral videos have taken off. We have over 500,000 views on the video. It's just myself and my mom's newly renovated kitchen demoing the product, showing about 15 different uses for it. We launched the video more as an informational tool, but we never thought it would take off and go as viral as they did. We like to have a little fun, and we don't take ourselves seriously at all, which I think has helped to add to the product sales. So then we had a better idea was to listen to our customers. So we created the world's first ever fully custom speaker called Doodle. So people can go to our site, upload pictures, of them and their dog, or husband and wife, family, whatever, as in Dallas Mavericks, Converse, etc. And now we have 3 customizable products, one of which we just launched. So the rest of 2010, more and more press happened. We got called to go on QVC and sell our products online. MTV picked us up. We were one of the first companies to ever launch a national deal with Groupon, Rolling Stone, Family Circle, Today Show, again, etc. So then we got a phone call in the spring of 2011 from the show Shark Tank. They wanted us to come on the show and pitch our product to investors. We at the time didn't really need investors, but we decided, what the heck, let's go on the show. Any press is good press. So what happened was we ended up going on season 2 of Shark Tank, and that was probably the best idea we've ever had. And we ended up pitching our products and getting an investment from Robert Herjavec. So if you watch the show, Rob is right here on the very end. We actually got offers from all the sharks, but Rob was the one who decided to pick up the product and make a deal with us. After the show, we didn't take the deal in real life. We decided it wasn't in our best interest to take the deal, but the exposure alone was well worth going on the show, and it's really, really, really helped blow up our business to the next level. Since Shark Tank, our international distribution has picked up very drastically. We're picking up more and more retailers. We're now in all 1,000 Bed Bath & Beyond stores. We're in about 5,000 stores now. We just picked up Tilly's out here on the West Coast and Zoomies as well. I don't know if anyone knows those stores, but they're kind of good surf and skate shops. We moved into a new office here in Southern California. We've hired about 15 people in the last year, and our business is growing and growing almost out of control. 2011, we started building our site and launching it in foreign languages. Obviously, this is the Russian site here. Do I know what it says? No. But it's kind of cool to see that we're building our site out in different languages because we're getting such high demand from other countries around the world. We launched the 2nd generation of the rocket, which is down here. We launched our 7th product called the Volcano and our 8th product called the Cubicle. The Volcano is pretty cool. It expands like a subwoofer. You untwist it and it has like a bass expansion system, so it gets really good sound quality. And then the Cubicle is here, which is another speaker that you can go and upload your pictures and your photos to, and we printed on a custom speaker for you. We picked up Zoomies and Bed Bath & Beyond, and we started working with Zazzle.com, which is one of the most highly trafficked websites in the whole world. Currently, our international distribution is the red stars represent franchises, so we have a franchise in Australia, Russia, Germany, South Africa, US, Canada, and Hawaii. And then all the other small stars represent other countries that we have distributors in that are selling and buying our product. And then here in the United States, we're in about 5,000 stores domestically, and we're adding more and more each day. Hold on 1 second, let me just... One of the perks here is you got to bring your dog to work, and my dog is known to be barking at strangers, so I just had to check on that. So the best idea that we've had of all of our ideas is try not to be like everyone else, but rather be different. So we launched in March the world's first ever fully custom headphone, and it's been actually hotter than the rocket for us. So now what you can do is you can go to our website and upload photos or pictures, and we'll print them on full digital custom headphones. There's nothing quite like it. So many headphone companies like Beats by Dre and Skullcandy and other ones sell you designs that they want you to wear. But now the cool thing is you don't have to dictate what headphones are on the shelves. You can design them yourself. So whether it's you want to put your Mustang on them, or you want to make them look like trees, or you want to put graffiti on them, you now have the opportunity to upload your own photos and pictures and print them on custom headphones, and that's been a game changer for us, and it's really how we see the future going as mass customization. So this is my contact information if you want to write any of it down, but I tried to make this short and sweet because everyone has a lot of questions, and everyone always asks me to demo the rocket again, so I'll do that as well. So I kind of blew through a lot of information really quickly, but did make sense to everyone?
Yeah, sounded good.
So it looks like Nat's got a question here. So how do we handle the rapid growth? Really what we did was we hired a couple of Mike's roommates that were unemployed at the time. They were like our first ever employees that would pack and ship all our boxes from Mike's garage in Chicago. So a good idea, I guess, is to hire your friends if they don't have jobs. So that really helped us handle the rapid growth quite quickly. And what we did too was we secured some small investments from friends of the business and friends of the family that would help us, get more capital in so we can buy and sell more product. So that's kind of, I guess, how we handled all the rapid growth.
We got a question.
Yeah, Nat's got another question here. So Nat's question is, where did you produce the products and how did you find the producers? So we produce, out of our 9 products, we produce 7 of them overseas in China. We found the producer by, can everyone still hear me?
Yep.
We found the producer by our old job at JanSport. A friend of a friend in China had an electronics factory, so we flew out there, met with them, and they've been our, our main factory now. Now we have 3 factories that are producing our product. Just in case something happens to one of them, we can go and produce our product somewhere else more quickly and more efficiently too. Looks like Jeff's got a question here. Jeff asks, is there a method to generating the massive amounts of PR, or is it more by chance? No, there's a method to it. The best asset of our company is our press list. We have really, really good press contacts at all the major magazines, TV shows, blogs, and whatnot. So our best kept secret, I think, is actually our PR list. So what we do is we send out press releases when we launch a new product, and it gets sent out to the writers and the editors of the magazine. We send them out samples so they can take the rocket, stick it on their garbage cans or whatnot, and that's what I think has happened and helped us generate the most amount of press that we can right now. Oh, I'll answer Stavros' question next, but Jeff's question: Did you create your first speaker yourself, or did you forward the idea to a company to create? We actually created ourselves. We drew the product model and did the die line, and then we sent off to the factory to mass produce it. So we actually created the idea ourselves, and we forwarded it off to the company to do all the injection molding and design on. So Stavros, do you still eat PBJ, or do you get paid now? Awesome question. I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, actually. So our office now is kind of like more Google-esque. We keep the fridge fully stocked on the finest wheat bread and peanut butter that the land can offer. But we still eat it. We get paid pretty well now. This year we'll do probably $5 million in sales, and this will be our 3rd full year in business. So the business is actually doubling each year, and we're able to afford our. We can eat steak now, pretty much. So. And then Jeff asks, what role does social media play in your marketing? Social media is a huge part of our marketing, and we rely very heavily on it. We run contests and campaigns on our Facebook and our Twitter constantly. It's how we engage with our customers, and we're able to offer great deals on our product. We use Pinterest now. If someone pins one of our products, we comment back to them and ask them questions, and we run guerrilla marketing campaigns, and we still make some pretty crazy viral videos. I encourage all of you to go to our website and look at all of our videos. They're pretty insane, and that's helped. We have over 1 million views on our YouTube channel too. So I think it's one thing having a good product, but it's also having a product that you can market quite well to all the people in the United States or the rest of the world. So another question here: what's next in terms of product development? If I told you, I'd have to kill you. But what we have coming out next, I'll give you a quick peek. This is a product called the Epishock. It's launching for us in the end of October. So what this is, it's pretty much the rocket, but like times 10 and on steroids. So this you could put on your whole floor of your house and pretty much turn your whole floor into a speaker. It'll sell for about $50. It weighs about 1.5 pounds, but it's 10 watts. So if that means anything to anyone, this is 1 watt, and this is 10 watts. So 10 times the power, more power equals louder sound. But this will come out end of October, and it's called Epishock. So that's what's next. Stavros says, do you find yourself sacrificing audio quality for making your products the coolest and newest on the market? A little bit. I think why we've been so successful is the fact that we can make desktop speakers all day if we really wanted to. We can make car stereo speakers if we wanted to, but like I said earlier, our whole motto is why be like everyone else when you can be different. So whether it's speakers that you can go and put your dog on, or your friends and family on, or whether it's a speaker that I guess actually isn't even a speaker, but it's a speakerless speaker, that has helped get us to the next level where we're at. We're slowly getting into more and better quality audio products, such as the Epishock is probably going to be the best quality audio that we've got on the market coming out. So we want to keep all our products price sensitive and under $70. So now as the technology is getting better, the audio quality is getting better as well. Another question. Jeff asked, how do you secure new distribution points? The crazy thing about our business is we have no salespeople. All of our sales come from people that contact us and come organically and through distributors. Working with distributors for us has been one of the best options because it's cool because the distributors have to figure out how to sell it to retailers and different stores. So for us, selling to distributors is an awesome opportunity because it gets the product out a lot quicker, and it's you're able to get more reach out of it. How we find these new distributors, we do a lot of trade shows and different events and networking events, and a lot of people still watch our Shark Tank episode. We were on season 2, and then on season 3, what they did was they did a recap on us and what's happened in our business. So, Shark Tank's been probably one of the coolest and best opportunities for us, and it lives on DVR forever, which is good too. So, Nat's got another question here. What are your price points for the Rocket, and how did you develop the end selling price? So, this retails for $35. So what we did and how we developed the selling price was we worked backwards, right? We figured out what our material costs were. We figured out how much margin we had to make on it, and we figured out how much margin retailers had to make on it. So that's kind of how we developed the retail and selling price for it. We MSRP it for $35. It's sold for as low as $20 in Bed Bath & Beyond stores, and we want to just keep the price sensitive. This one's got a built-in rechargeable battery, so we upgraded it from the previous model. This is now we're on Rocket 3.0 now, and we've launched a new version of it every 7 or 8 months as we keep developing the technology and listening to our customer feedback as well. So Jeff asked, advice for students who may want to start a business. I get asked this question all the time. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got was, if you have an idea, the only way you're ever going to know your idea is going to take off is to try it, right? If you don't try it, you're never going to know if it's the next big thing, or you could flop, right? But the only way that you'll ever feel good about yourself is to try it. It might be a little gamble to invest some of your money in it, but it could pay off in a big way. I think one of the best other pieces of advice I have is if you have a full-time job that can support yourself, then launch the business while you have a full-time job, so you have that financial security in order to know that it's going to do really well, or it could sink and you could still have a paycheck to fall back on. So my advice is launch your business while you've got a full-time job to support you, or if you're in high school, just borrow some money from your parents and then launch the business with their money. So Stavros is asking, is being green and eco-friendly really important to Org Audio? Yeah, it is. Being eco-friendly and green is a huge part of our business. We have one product that's fully 100% eco, and that's our fold-and-play speakers. And then we're trying to evolve and launch another product that I can't talk about that should be coming out next year. That's another eco-friendly and solar-powered speaker. But for us, it's important. And whether we do it in our packaging, like this one, we're producing product for Restoration Hardware for Christmas this year. And their packaging is totally eco-friendly. We try to figure out ways to incorporate green aspects into either our packaging if the product's not recyclable, or we try to print and manufacture as much as we can here in the United States to keep the business in the USA, which is very important to us as well. And then Stavros, how do you avoid knockoffs hurting your business? We file patents on all of our products, and we file design patents on them too. We even file patents in China as well, which helps prevent knockoffs at the ground level. So we have a really good intellectual property lawyer here in China, or here in Southern California, as long as one in China that we use to protect ourselves, because the best way to protect yourself is filing patents. So, and Jeff is asking, how important has the iPhone been to your business? Super important. I think one of the crazy stats I heard recently is that by the end of 2015, 95% of all computer usage will be done on your mobile device. So the good thing for us is that Apple makes really bad speakers in their iPhones, right? So Apple and Samsung and all these other companies produce awesome phones, but since they're so small, they can't make good speakers in them. So the portable speaker industry is booming. It's a $2 billion business. So for me, I was watching the iPhone 5 released last week, and as long as there's nothing like revolutionary about the speakers or the audio in it, it's good signs for us. And what we do also is we don't make all of our connectors 30-pin, right? So the new iPhone 5, they just changed the connector on the bottom of the phone. And a lot of speaker companies that make like docks and stuff are going to have to change all their product models. For us, we stick to 3.5mm headphone jacks, which works in any audio device like an iPhone, iPad, laptop, BlackBerry. So the iPhone has really helped launch our business and helped, increase sales, but we don't rely heavily on it, and we don't live and die by the iPhone. So Nat's got a question here. What % of your business is business to business versus business to consumer? Our business actually right now, it's split down the middle. 50% of our business comes from selling to stores and selling to people on our website, and then the other 50% of our business comes from selling to corporate clients. This year we'll do probably close to $2.5 million in sales just from selling corporate clients speakers and customizable ones. I'm looking around, but I don't have any on my desk. And also what we did was we picked up collegiate licensing on our headphones. So now we're selling our headphones in college bookstores and other retailers. So the cool thing with our headphones is that since we print them here in the United States, we can do 5-piece orders, 10-piece orders, which a lot of other companies can't do because they have such high minimums. So we're actually, for you guys in Utah, we just shipped out an order yesterday to Weber State, which is a small school that would never be able to order custom headphones because the minimum is so high. So now with the 10-piece minimum, we're able to hit a lot of these smaller schools across the country. So now another question from Jeff. Jeff asks, any unique stories of how your products have been used or who they have been used by? This one, I've literally heard like every kind of use for it. It works really good on the inside of motorcycle helmets, which I never expected, but there's laws here, at least in California, where you can't have earbuds in while you're riding a motorcycle. So this actually falls outside the law because it's a portable speaker. So a lot of consumers will buy these and stick them up the back of their motorcycle helmets to turn their whole helmet into a speaker, which is a market we never even thought about getting into. Same with bikes as well. So that's kind of one of the more unique uses. The best use I've ever heard for it, we took a rowboat in Phoenix, Arizona. We flipped over the boat and put this right in the middle of the boat, and it turned the whole thing into a speaker, and it's been the best thing that I've ever heard it on year after year after year after all the crazy ideas that people tell us. But if you think about a boat is shaped kind of like a speaker, so if you put the rocket right in the middle of it, it'll amplify the sound all the way out, and it sounded awesome. So that's probably the most crazy thing that I've ever tried on myself. And we've got a question from Stavros here. Do you envision yourself paying for marketing in the future? Really good question. We, as a company, will probably never pay for traditional advertising or marketing anytime in the near future. What we will do is take some of the funds that we would pay for traditional marketing and advertising and put them into a more web-based marketing. So Google Search, Google Analytics, cost per conversion models, retargeting. That's kind of how we see marketing going in the future. We look at our business almost from day-to-day level as we own a .com site. How can we generate more sales on our own website? Because for us, that's the most important aspect, because we make the most money, right? So we're looking at how we can put more money into generating more sales and more advertising and marketing through the web in the near future. So Jeff asks, how important are non-traditional distribution outlets? Which social media platform gives you the best ROI? Non-traditional distribution outlets are huge. We've sold our product in AutoZone, which is random and something we never thought about going into. And there are 10,000 units. We never thought we'd be in restoration hardware, which is not our target demographic too, right? You're raising your eyebrows, but it's true. We love non-traditional distribution points because it only helps get traditional distribution points in the long run. We never decided to go straight into Best Buy, straight into Costco, straight into Target. We started working from an outside-the-box approach. We worked with small mom-and-pop stores to start, then some smaller chains. Then we got picked up in like Crate and Barrel and American Eagle, and now we're in Bed Bath & Beyond. And then by the end of next year, our goal is to be in like more of the mass electronic stores. We didn't want to go in there just with one product off the bat because they'd shoot you down. Now that we have 9 different products and more of a product assortment, they're more likely to pick us up. And then Jeff's other part of this question, which social media platform gives you the best ROI? I'd say when we run like deals on Facebook, it really helps increase the brand awareness and generates more sales for us. So I'm going to go with Facebook on that. Then Stavros asks, have you had a product idea that turned into a total disaster? Yes. We launched a product called the Sphere, which is a speaker that was about the shape of a softball, and it split into 2 halves and sounded good, but the price point was too high. We ordered 10,000 units of them to start and sold some on QVC, and then no retailers really wanted to pick up the product. I think now we have 400 Spheres left, so we've been like discounting them and selling them off in other channels, but we actually still haven't lost any money on the product, but we got stuck with more than we ever wanted to. So it looks like Nat's got a question here. Or I'll answer Jeff's first. How do you work with big box stores without them squeezing your margins to the point where it's not profitable? We work a lot with big box stores, and as you can imagine, stores like Bed Bath & Beyond and Costco and Target want to make as much money as possible. So what we do is we maintain and have them do huge purchases in order for us to make more money back. So a company like Bed Bath & Beyond will order about 100,000 of the rocket from us over the course of a year. They buy them from us at $10 a unit, and we're still making over 50% margin on the product because we're producing them in 100,000 piece lots. So we encourage the retailers to order in bulk in order for it to be worth our while. So Nat has got 2 questions here. Do you foresee management challenges as you grow so rapidly? Everyone still hear me? Yes? Okay. Do you foresee management challenges as you grow so rapidly? Yes. We brought in now a COO that has more gray hair than myself and Mike. So we're gray hair is a good thing in terms of running a business. So we brought in a COO to help us manage more of the growing pains that a lot of startups have. We're going to raise outside money from investors, so we're relying heavily on our COO to help us go after the angel investors and more like HR related issues and other issues that small businesses have. So we're bringing in the COO that's really helped us with some of our management changes. And then Nat's second part, how many current employees and where do you see the number going? So right now we have 15 employees, and I think by the end of 2013 we'll have 25. So we're really ramping up, especially as we do more and more production here in the United States on our custom printed products. It's important for us to have more, employees here in the United States to help us with that growth. So Stavros's question here: even though your company has grown exponentially, have you found yourself personally having a hand in product development? Yes. So one of my main roles here is product development. So I work with our engineer and our product designers on coming up with the new concepts and new ideas. So I love being a part of product development. It's really important for me, and actually, that's one of the coolest things I think I've done in my career, where it's having an idea for a product and having someone sketch it out and then seeing that product on a retail shelf is still blows my mind every time I go into a store and see the product on a shelf. But I really like product development, and I think it's been really important to help us get where we are today. Stavros is asking, who's your biggest competition? So for headphones, our biggest competition's Beats by Dre and Skullcandy. Our headphones retail for $70 and they're customized. Beats by Dre headphones are about $300. So right there, just in terms of price point, we're winning. Our sound quality is awesome too. So we've made an impact now where Skullcandy is just starting to reach out to us, and we see maybe in the near future a possible acquisition, which would be an awesome exit strategy for our company. And then in terms of speakers, our other competition would be like iHome and Bose and Alltech and other companies that make just other portable speakers, Sony, I guess, too. And then Jeff's asking how long from an idea to when it, I guess, how long from the idea to when it's on the shelf? Usually about 9 months. We try to work at least 6 months out from when we want the product to launch, but usually about 9 months is from when we first sketch the idea to when it's actually sitting on a retail shelf. So I'd say 9 months. Other questions? No other questions? I can't really hear you, Jeff. Well, thank you all for letting me come in your classroom. Sorry it's all static. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Google needs to get more advanced on Google Hangouts. But thank you for the time. And if you have any other questions or anything, you can feel free to email me. You can go to our website, origaudio.com, O-R-I-G audio. And yeah, no static for me. That's good. So let me know if anyone needs anything else in the future. And thank you all. And good luck with high school. High school is a long process, but college is a lot better. So, all right, thank you all, and have a good day.